Hey guys, this is Jennifer with Family Adventures Overlanding. Tonight on Basecamp Basics, we are making creamy lemon chicken pasta. Chef Sasquatch rates this a 3 to 4 on his acorn Squirrell-O-Meter, depending on if you make your own pasta and cream sauce. So for your ingredients today, you're going to need some butter, a bag of Parmesan cheese, or at least 1 cup if you don't have a whole bag, 1 lemon, water, olive oil or any kind of oil, whatever you prefer to cook with. This is 2 chicken breasts already chopped up, salt and pepper, a thing of heavy whipping cream. This is a pint. We're actually going to use about a half of it. Pasta or rice, any kind of pasta or rice that you want. This is mushrooms. It's a small 8-ounce container that's roughly chopped, and 1 bunch of asparagus that's already chopped in probably about inch pieces. Let's go ahead and get our Skottle started to medium heat. Really, again, I'm getting really tired of this, Chef Sasquatch. Hang out over here. So as I was saying, let's go ahead and start your Skottle on medium heat. We're going to start by putting on our water on the Skottle first, and Bailey is going to help me with that. Pour it on slowly, and I'll let you know when to stop, okay? It's going to be hot, so it's going to sizzle.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Okay, that should be good enough. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil. This is so our pasta doesn't stick, so we just need to do a little. That's good enough. So go ahead and crank it up. Go ahead and cover it so it'll boil faster. Now that we have some steam coming out from around the lid, go ahead and lift it up. It should be boiling. Leave your burner on high. You want to keep boiling the water. We're going to go ahead and add our pasta, which is about a half of that box. All right, that should be good. This is completely different than when you're at home. You're going to want to make sure to keep stirring your pasta so it doesn't stick to the bottom of your Skottle. And as I'm stirring it, I keep bringing the out noodles inward because you want to try to make sure that your noodles are somewhat cooked proportionately. So what happens when your water starts to run out, you just want to go ahead and add a little bit more. It's only going to take a couple of seconds here for your new water to rebound and start boiling. If you happen to see where your pasta might be sticking to the bottom of the Skottle or even sticking together, you may need to add a little bit more oil. If you don't want to go through cooking pasta on the Skottle, or sometimes we know we're just going to be getting into camp late at night, I will go ahead and I'll buy what's called a 60-second pasta. This is already pre-cooked. Just make your meat, add your sauce, just pick up a couple bags of these and warm it up, and that's all you'd have to do. Start moving your noodles up and out. You'll start to see your water coming back to the center. All right, so now that we have the pasta cooked and we have it all along the edges so it'll stay warm as we continue making our dish, you'll have water down here, but all you're gonna do is just wipe it up. All right, now that you've gotten your Skottle cleaned off, go ahead and turn it back on to medium heat. Bailey, you wanna come help? We're gonna go ahead and put probably about 2 tablespoons of butter on the Skottle first. Hold that. Yeah, it'll start melting. You can go ahead and start doing that. We're gonna get our chicken ready. Can you go ahead and get the salt and pepper ready? Go ahead and add your chicken here in the middle. You can add the pepper. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt. Bailey's gonna go ahead and put the pepper on. That should be good. Even though you have your pasta around the outside, it's no problem. You can still go ahead and cover up your chicken. There we go. Now that our chicken is completely done cooking, go ahead and turn your Skottle off. You're going to do the same as what you did with your pasta. You're going to go ahead and move that outwards towards the pasta. If you just can't do with the pasta on the Skottle, just remove it, and we're going to add it later anyway and re-warm it once we get to another step. Go ahead and turn your Skottle back on medium. Hadley's going to go ahead and add, that's about a tablespoon of butter. Our vegetables in this are going to be, as I said earlier, asparagus and mushrooms. We're going to start with the asparagus first because that does take a little bit longer to cook. And just gently swish them around in the butter there. I turned my heat down just a little bit because the Skottle's still hot from cooking the chicken. For cooking your asparagus, you don't want to cook it so much that it's mushy and falling apart. You want to go ahead and when it turns like a nice bright green color, you're almost done. So since we're almost to that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our mushrooms. When you cook mushrooms, never wash your mushrooms. If you wash your mushrooms, they're going to absorb all that water that you washed with them. And that means that it's going to take you even longer to cook out all that water. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to add the mushrooms. Start to see that it's sticking on the bottom of the Skottle. That's why we have plenty of extra butter or oil if you're using oil. I prefer butter because we're going to be making a cream sauce, and then that way the butter can incorporate with the cream. So, you smell the asparagus and you don't like it, do you? Basically at this point all that we're going to do is wilt down our mushrooms just a little bit. And to do that we can certainly cover them if you need to cover them, but hers are looking like they're going pretty good. Alright, as you can tell our asparagus is nice vibrant green. Our mushrooms have wilted down. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to shut the Skottle off. Alright, so we have all of our asparagus and mushrooms pushed up with our chicken and pasta. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start on our sauce. The first thing you want to do is your one lonely lemon. You want to go ahead, roll it. It helps break up the juices on the inside. The next thing you're going to do is zest it. I have a zester. Most people don't have a zester, so you're like, what do? You have one of those small little handheld graters. Just take your lemon and grate it right on top. And when you do it, you want to go ahead and grate it either on a plate, on your cutting board, something like that, because we're going to be adding it. We're not going to be cooking it right away. If you're using a zester, you're going to need to chop it. If you're using a handheld grate, you don't need to chop it. You don't need it super fine. You can certainly do just a rough chop on this. We're going to go ahead and just slice your lemon in half and set it over here to the side. We're going to be using that here in just a few minutes. Alright, now that we have that taken care of, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start on our cream sauce. Start your Skottle. You want to go low to medium because remember we've been cooking on it, so it's already hot. You don't want to burn your cream. If you burn your cream sauce, hopefully you have some backup cream sauce. Pour about half of it on there. I'm sorry, I'm the worst at measuring. That's about half right there. We're going to add about a tablespoon of butter to it. You want it to boil, so if you don't see it starting to boil quickly, go ahead and just turn it up a little bit. See how we're starting to boil here? You want to start stirring. You do not want to scald this. Turn this down just a little bit because it's starting to really boil and I don't want to burn it. Go ahead and we're going to put our lemon zest in first. Basically we're going to cook this down a bit. I do not carry a juicer. Actually in the house I don't even have a juicer. You don't want the lemon seeds in. See? You don't want those in there. Alright, so you're going to do that with both. Seeds are going right in my hand. Grab cheese. You're going to use about half the bag, maybe a little less. Go ahead and grab some, throw it on there. That should be good. And then here comes the fun part. Turn your Skottle off, start grabbing your stuff. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this all mixed together. Alright, now that we have it all mixed and incorporated together, we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn the Skottle back on low to medium. The reason why we turned it off to incorporate it all is because you don't want your cream sauce to boil and evaporate and go away. But you still want to reheat it because you remember your pasta and chicken and stuff's just been hanging out. Go ahead and re-season salt and pepper as you need to. That's really good. I wish you liked asparagus. It's really, really good. Should we share it with Daddy? Yeah? Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.